According to medieval legend, Aristotle warned Prince Alexander against marrying Phyllis. Spurned, she lured Aristotle into the palace gardens, flattered him into kneeling, then, by his own consent, mounted him like a horse in poetic revenge.
Yet for centuries, male scholars dismissed it as mere vanity. What really happened? Do you believe this story, Alex?
Not exactly as we are told, but I once lived a truer version. The unseen equation of power, pride, and play. Long before I met them, I chased patterns and paradoxes. Every morning, I'd race the sun's rays across my puzzle board, convinced that with the right angle, I could make sense of the world. I believed logic could explain anything, until I discovered that people were variables no equation could fully capture. I was 19 when I first stood on these steps, notebook in hand, ready to prove my brilliance. But nothing prepared me for the true genius I was about to witness. Professor Trottle reigned unchallenged in the halls of Stonebridge University. He lectured on geometry and ethics, as if they were twin facets of the same diamond. Students hung on every word, their futures balanced on his next equation. His confidence was palpable, each pause a punctuation of his authority. His office overflowed with trophies and tomes, proof that in his domain certainty reigned. Then came Dr. Philippa Louise. Brilliant, unafraid, and utterly unlike anyone I'd known. She brought warmth where there was formality, and questions where there was certainty. I was 19, and I'd never felt so seen. Smiles were polite, habits were not. Rooms preferred their old answers. While Trottle guarded the canon, Philippa unlocked hidden proofs. And I was the eager scribe, caught in their crossfire. Long before Philippa, Andrew had me on the chalk, proof by proof, week after week. He steadied my logic. I trusted his compass. Then her questions cut close, so I listened harder. She showed me equations have stories, every variable a voice, waiting to be heard. Andrew warned me off, claimed her methods were risky. For him, her tricks wouldn't pass peer review. For her, real insight rarely survives orthodoxy. And I watched, caught between loyalty and fascination. Whenever their ideas collided, something in the air changed, sharp edges softening, certainties bending. Soon the questions left the boards, into play and practice. She tested his logic in every arena. On the chessboard, ethics became applied mathematics, checkmate in 3. Game after game, Philippa dismantled his strategy, each checkmate arriving sooner, forcing first principles to shift. Andrew's Colloquium. Philippa the discussant, and I watched, breath held, This was no ordinary lecture. Something was shifting, not the argument, but the ground beneath it. Andrew paused mid-erase and let Philippa's red line replace his white. She knew the conclusion had to live in the body. By lamplight, on a desk, the last unknown came into view. Alone in that glow, Philippa found the missing variable. A link between logic and life. A red petal from the vase settled upon her proof, as if her passion had left its mark. In that moment, her equation sang. She had bridged theory and truth. Authorship was settled. Installation remained, her design, his consent, to be lived at dawn. Andrew said it simply. He was wrong. Philippa's answer was simple. Good. Earlier that summer, over dinner, they shared their first genuine laugh. Camaraderie beyond any lecture. By now, their rivalry had found its rhythm, half challenge, half charm. One afternoon, weeks before dawn, they paused here, reading the piece and, perhaps, reading each other. The chemistry kept clicking, the warmth quietly grew. A hush of care gathered between them, unclaimed, unwavering. Sometimes his old reflexes returned, just enough to remind her why the final lesson mattered. He pondered, a method that would outlast his instinct. By late summer, the garden would hold their proof. I stayed on campus, shaping my final year. One late summer afternoon, a note slid under my door. Be in the garden at dawn, watch from the far path, PL. It might be the last line of a long equation.
Phyllis rode Aristotle to teach him that knowledge without humility is vanity.
Aristotle claimed that virtue is a mean between extremes, yet few ever test that mean, especially with their own pride.
Some lessons aren't written, they're lived. Years later, at 43, Dr. Philippa Louise became Vice-Chancellor of Stonebridge. The equation favoured clarity and courage. Professor Andrew Trottle chose sunlight over lectins. He still debates, mostly with a golden retriever. They still meet, sometimes, and laugh about that dawn. Humility and humour. The neatest proof. As for me, Alex Jatendra, I teach them to question the stories we inherit, even the ones in gilded frames.
For centuries under patriarchal rule, the story survived by nesting inside cautionary tales, using their labels as camouflage. That is the power of women's collective intellect. Today, across the world, more than 40 collections keep the tale alive in stone, wood, parchment, and thread. Two of these collections are featured in this film.